Dear friends, in this video, we are going to discuss the important questions of two poems in your English text. It is for your improvement examination. First of all, we are going to discuss the important aspects of If. It is a beautiful poem written by Joseph Rudyard Kipling. It is Kipling's most famous poem. What is the theme of this poem? The major qualities of a perfect man is the theme of this poem. How to attain the status of a noble man? Who is the speaker of this poem? A father is the speaker and a son is the listener. Other important tips are: Knaves represents dishonest people. What are the two impostors in life? That is time and disaster. What is the meaning of sinew? Something that gives strength and support. Identify the major poetic devices in If. The first one is personification. Not make dreams your master. Second one is metaphor, that is unforgiving minutes. Then anaphora, if you can. Do you know what is anaphora? Lines begin with the same words, that is if, etc. Symbol, knaves, crowds, kings. Hyperbole, yours is the earth and everything that is in it. These are the important poetic devices in If. Other important metaphoric expressions are unforgiving minutes, twisted by knaves, worn out tools. Another important personification, not make dreams your master, will saying hold on, triumph and disaster as impostors. The main points of this poem: trust yourself, be patient, be honest, never hate others, never talk too wise, never speak about loss, never seek sympathy from others, be with self-control, be with true sense of values. These are the important points in this particular poem. This poem is really a golden way to attain the status of a noble man. The main traits of a great personality is beautifully picturized in this beautiful poem, If. Second one is Death the Leveler. It is by James Shirley. It is a funeral poem. What are the major questions related to this particular poem? What is the theme of this poem? Central idea of this poem is the vanity and impermanence of earthly glory and power. The vanity and impermanence of earthly glory and power is the theme, that is the central idea of Death the Leveler. We have already discussed personification, metaphor and symbol. What is personification? Personification means giving human traits and qualities to an inanimate object. Metaphor is a figure of speech that describes a subject by asserting that it is at some point of comparison the same as another, otherwise unrelated object. Symbol is an object that represents an idea, image or an action. These are poetic devices, major poetic devices. Why death is a leveler? It's a repeated question. Death knows no distinction and carries off all alike high and low, rich and poor, king and beggar, strong and weak, reducing them all to dust. Death is an equalizer. Some more reference. Dust purple altar. What is the meaning of it? Blood stained battlefield. What is victor victim? That is triumph and defeated. That is the conqueror and the conquered. What is scepter and crown? That is the symbol of kings. What is scythe and spade? The symbol of common people. What are the poetic devices here? The first one is personification. That is a very important one. Death lays his icy hand on kings, comparing a human characteristics to death. What is metaphor? Glories are shadows. What is metonymy? Glories and shadows. Then metonymy, crown, scepter, scythe and spade. What is the message of this poem? The poem gives us a message that death is a great leveler. Only our good actions remain after our death, so we should always be just in our action. Death is a great leveler. Good actions remain after our death. The poet is really inspiring you to do good actions. So, dear friends, we have already learned in the earlier video what are the major steps of writing a critical appreciation. There is introduction, brief summary, poetic devices, and conclusion. About the poet, theme, meaning, implied meaning, structure, sound effects, images, symbols, language, mode, figure of speech, etc. Then message and personal comments. Dear friends, Sunrise on the Hills is a beautiful poem written by H.W. Longfellow. In this video, we are going to discuss the important questions and answers of this particular poem. It is a quick attempt to go through the important aspects of Sunrise on the Hills. Sunrise on the Hills is a beautiful nature poem written by H.W. Longfellow. Here the poet is praising the glory of nature. What is the healing power of nature? The poet is advising us, if you have any problem in your life, go to the woods and hills. It will cure your problem. H.W. Longfellow was an influential American poet, translator and professor at Harvard University. During his lifetime, Longfellow was considered the best of all American poets, and his work was widely translated and published in various other languages. The poem Sunrise on the Hills presents the experience of the poet as he watches the sunrise amidst the hills. So what are the main points of this poem? The poet stands upon the hills and watches the beautiful sunrise. The sky is like a heaven's wide arch. The rising up of the sun is the returning march. The soft wind kisses the sun-clad vales. The woods are brightened. The mountain tops thirst up with the shattered lands. The river's flow was darkened with the forest shade. The trees bent to reach the water. The poet hears the distant waters dash. The poet watches the current whirl and flash and the blue lake's silver beach. The poet hears the music of the village bell and the merry shout of birds. What are the symbols used in the poem? Heaven's wide arch is a beautiful symbol. Sun's returning march is another symbol. Soft gale kissing the sun-clad vales. Horse in battle overthrown. Shattered lands, veil of cloud, woods bending are the important symbols used in this poem. That's a very important question. What are the symbols? Now, the major poetic devices in this poem. Simile. Like a horse in battle overthrown. Personification. With the sun's returning march, soft gales went forth to kiss the sun-clad vales. Then metaphor. Pinnacles thrusting up shattered lances. The dark pine blasted bare and cleft. Onomatopoeia. The whirl and flash of water. There are different types of imagery. First one is visual imagery. Glowed the rich valley. Woods were brightened, darkened valley. Auditory imagery. Distant waters dash, music of the village bell, merry shout. Kinesthetic imagery. Wheeled his spiral way, cloud was lifted, woods bending. What is the message of this poem? Sunrise on the Hills is a beautiful nature poem written by H.W. Longfellow. If you are tired with problems, please go to the forest and hills. You will forget all your worries with the magic power of nature. Spending some time with nature will solve all your problems. It is the great message of Sunrise on the Hills. Some more questions. What is the role of nature? Nature is a best teacher. Nature can inspire us. Nature can provide new dreams. Nature can reduce stress and strain of human mind. Nature can provide perseverance. Nature can develop creativity. So these are the important aspects of nature. The role of nature. Another important question, narrate a personal experience. How to write a personal experience? First of all, recall a childhood memory. Your mind was saddened by some remarks made by your parents, teachers, or friends. Then recall a related experience of nature like the music of a bird, the flow of a river, the blossoming of a flower, or the vision of a rainbow. Then the magic effect of nature that cured your problem. You can easily write a personal experience. Dear friends, The Wreck of the Titanic. It is a beautiful poem written by Benjamin Peckett. It is about one of the greatest tragedies at sea. On 14th April 1912, the Titanic, which carried 2,100 passengers and crew, collided with an iceberg and sank into the depths of the Atlantic Ocean. The profile of the writer, Benjamin Peckett. Benjamin Peckett was an American poet. His famous collection of poems includes Spoons of Silver and Spoons of Tin and other poems. He has written a lot of short poems. The Wreck of the Titanic is one of his famous poems. The Titanic was the grandest and largest ships ever built. All its passengers felt very safe on board. However, disaster struck when it was hit by an iceberg. The courage of his captain and crew were remarkable. First of all, we are going to discuss about the poetic devices. Metaphor, example, a poem of iron and steel, a sea dream. Then personification. She sung with the stream, watched her steaming away. Two examples of personification. Some simple notes about the historical reference of 5 incidents: Trafalgar, Alamo, Waterloo, the Light Brigade, Jim Bledsoe. Trafalgar, the Battle of Trafalgar was a naval engagement fought by the Royal Navy against the combined fleets of the French and the Spanish navies. Alamo, the Battle of Alamo, related to Texas Revolution. Then Waterloo, the famous Battle of Waterloo was fought on 18th June 1815. Near Waterloo, in the present-day Belgium, Emperor Napoleon was defeated by the armies of the Seventh Coalition. The Light Brigade, the charge of the Light Brigade was the charge of the British Light against Russian forces in 1854. Jim Bledsoe was an engineer who died while saving the lives of the passengers of a boat called Prairie Belle on the Mississippi River. He became instantly popular and John Hay wrote a poem about him. What is the central theme of The Wreck of the Titanic? The courage and sacrifice of Captain Smith and his crew is the central theme. Some important explanations. What is ominous form which loomed? The towering and gigantic mountain of iceberg. A poem of iron and steel. Why Titanic is described like that? It was the grandest and largest of all ships. Next question. Why was Captain Smith called brave? He did not try to save his life at the time of tragedy. Who got top priority at the time of tragedy? Women and children got top priority. What was the awfully grand scene? The sight of the sinking ship with his band playing a great song. Titanic be remembered for the noble and true courage shown by the captain and their crew. For the noble and true courage shown by the captain and his crew. On another question, The Wreck of the Titanic. Prepare a speech at the beginning of the journey by the captain. Captain's speech. Captain's speech. How can we make a speech? As far as any speech is concerned, there is a need of a salutation. then welcoming the passengers, introductory remarks about the journey, about the ship, about the journey, guidance, best wishes, then prayer. So these are the ingredients of a speech. You can easily make a speech. Describe the ship, describe the passengers, describe the beauty of the journey. Captain's speech. Captain's speech. Now another question. What are the qualities of a captain? The major qualities of a captain are self-confidence, harmonious relationship with fellow travelers, hardworking, a role model, a good leader, a man of positive thinking, a good decision maker, a courageous man, a trustful person, a good communicator, a man of team spirit, a man of commitment, a good mentor. So these are the qualities of a good captain. That's a very important question. The qualities of a good captain. Self-confidence, hardworking, role model, positive thinking, decision maker, courageous, trustful, good communicator, take responsibility, team spirit, commitment, mentor. So these are the important qualities of a good captain. We can see all those qualities in Captain Smith. Qualities of a good captain. Self-confidence, hardworking, role model, positive thinking, decision maker, courageous, trustful, good communicator, team spirit. Another important question is to write a newspaper report about the accident. First of all, headline, a title is required, byline is required, paragraphs are required, then certain WH, that is who, what, where, why, how, when, certain codes of the victims and the affected persons are also be included. A personal comment by the writer, by the reporter is also essential to make a beautiful newspaper report. One more possible question related to this unit is narrate a familiar experience, narrate one of your familiar experience of heroism. You can write the story of Bhagat Singh or any other great personality for your examination who dedicated their life for others, a life lived for others. Thank you. Have a nice day. Dear friends, let us discuss To Sleep by William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth is a great romantic poet. Wordsworth possessed a deep love for nature, a theme reflected in many of his poems. He considered nature to be his friend, philosopher, and guide. He became the poet laureate in 1843 and remained so until his death in 1850. A great romantic poet, always used nature as his major theme, considered nature to be his friend, philosopher, and guide, one of the most important poets of English. To Sleep is a beautiful poem written by William Wordsworth. In this poem, we can see the deep love between the poet and nature. When the poet was at his bed for sleep, the poet was unable to sleep. Certain images flashed through his mind. Certain beautiful images flashed through his mind. They are flock of sheep, sound of rain, bees murmuring, the fall of rivers, winds and seas, smooth fields, white sheets of water, and pure sky. Two more live images are small birds' melodies and melancholy cry. Due to the impact of these images, the poet was unable to sleep. Now the poet was sad because he wanted to sleep. As far as any person is concerned, sleep is essential in our life. Sleep is the mother of fresh thoughts. Without sleep, there will be no freshness in our life. That is why the poet is in need of sleep, but certain images are destroying the sleep of the poet. So we have different types of poetic devices in this particular poem. There is a short note related to this in our text. All those things were already discussed in our earlier videos. Alliteration, assonance, consonance, onomatopoeia, hyperbole, metaphor and simile were discussed. Lot of images are used here. What's an image? An image is a picture created with the poet's choice of words that the reader can imagine or recreate. Images can make the reader see, feel, think, etc. Different types of images were already discussed in our earlier classes. The poetic form of this sleep is, it's a sonnet. A sonnet is a poem of 14 lines with a strict pattern of rhyme and rhythm. There are different forms of the sonnet, but they share the following thought structure. First one is, there will be a key idea, then its development, then conclusion, often with a twist. It's a sonnet. What is the central theme of this poem? The poet is unable to sleep due to the influence of beautiful nature images. So he appeals to sleep, not elude him any longer, since sleep is the mother of fresh thoughts. What are the major images used in this poem? The first image is flock of sheep, then sound of rain, bees murmuring, fall of rivers, winds and seas, pure sky, wide sheets of water, smooth fields, small birds' melodies, cuckoo's melancholy cry. So these are the beautiful images used in this poem. We can see a rainbow of images in this particular poem. Flock of sheep, sound of rain, bees murmuring, fall of rivers, winds and seas, pure sky, wide sheets of water, smooth fields, small birds' melodies, cuckoo's melancholy cry. Let us think about the poetic devices here. Alliteration. Example, come blessed barrier between day and day. Oxymoron, blessed barrier. Personification. Without the what is all the morning's wealth. That is, without you, sleep is considered as a person. That is personification. Metaphor is also there. Dear mother of fresh thoughts and joyous health. Sleep is considered as the mother of fresh thoughts and joyous health. It is metaphor and it is also an example for personification. So these are the major poetic devices employed in the small poem written by William Wordsworth. As alliteration, oxymoron, personification, metaphor. So dear friends, some more questions. What are your suggestions for better sleep? Relax and clear your mind. Take a relaxing bath. Try to sleep and work at consistent times. Don't eat late. So, say no to late night television or any other screen. Avoid junk food. Read good books. Avoid light disruption in your bedroom. Say no to drugs. Hear good music. Relax and clear your mind. Take a relaxing bath. Try to sleep and work at consistent times. Don't eat late. Say no to late night television. Read good books. Avoid junk food. Avoid light disruption. Say no to drugs. Hear music. So these are the suggestions for better sleep. It's a very important question in this particular poem. For better sleep. Suggestions for better sleep. Relax and clear your mind. Take a relaxing bath. Try to sleep and work at consistent times, etc. Sleep is essential in our life. Why? It is for good physical health. It is for good mental health. It is for better dreams. It is for fresh thoughts. It is for joyous health. It is for total fitness. Once again, sleep is essential in our life. It is for physical health, mental health, better dreams, fresh thoughts, joyous health, total fitness. Lack of sleep will destroy certain things. What are they? Suppose a person is without sleep, what will happen? The answer is, it will destroy his physical health. It will destroy the mental health. It will destroy his dreams. It will destroy his fresh thoughts. It will destroy his joyous health. It will destroy his total fitness. One more question is, narrate a similar experience in your life. In this poem, the poet was unable to sleep due to the impact of beautiful nature scenes. Just like there is possibility of some experience in your life. Please recall one experience in your life that blocked your sleep and narrate it. Recall an experience, describe it beautifully, conclude with the personal comments. So, the last question, narrate a similar experience in your life. Recall an experience, describe it, conclude with the personal comments. So dear friends, now we have finished the 5 poems of the first year English course book with this video. Let us go through all the units once again. Thank you. Have a nice day.